こんにちは。ボンバットファミリーと私たちのライブ放送へようこそ。私たちはあなたの視聴とリスニングの喜びのための素晴らしいショーを持っています。今あなたのホスト、スコッティ・ジェイロとジェリー・ケーブルにStay Bombad を楽しんで覚えておいてください。
Amazing experience on the Kiss Cruise. What's going on, y'all? Not a very normal Bombad Gaming right now, but I'm very excited to say that we are live here talking and recapping the Kiss Cruise. I just posted in the Facebook group, real serious stuff. But super excited for everyone to be joining us right now. This is honestly more for Roach and I to catalog what happened. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in my best friend growing up. He's the one that treated me to the Kiss Cruise. So Roachy Roach, how are you doing, buddy? What's going on?
No longer Bombad Gaming or Bombad Rockin'.
That's literally it, dude. And that's kind of, I don't know. To me, it's like I've really enjoyed like thinking about this show because I don't know. I want to catalog it just for us, selfish reasons, but for people that people that obviously have been wanting to ask us questions about it or wanting to hear our stories can finally hear it, because this was kind of a big event. And this is your first Bombadcast anything. This is pretty weird. I don't know.
This is exciting. Yeah, at Celebration, I was supporting Bombad with my Stay Bombad shirt.
That's right.
Even people asked me if I knew you, and I was like, no, I have no idea who that guy is.
I just thought it's a good shirt.
Yeah, I bought the shirt at the merch shop. Just like the icy logo.
So weird. I don't know how they got that. But yeah, dude, it's weird. Like, many people have asked why the Kiss Cruise, and I guess we need to kind of give some answers here. We've grown up together. We've been best friends since 4th grade. I know that's a silly thing to say, but like, I mean, you're my best man at my wedding. It's not this is not the kissing booth. Sorry, Nick. But
we're going to discuss Netflix rom-coms now.
Yes, we are. I was asked by you in June, and you were like, hey, do you want to finally do the Kiss Cruise? And like, it had been a long time coming because this started in 2011. The Kiss Cruise's tradition started in 2011. And we got really lucky because this happened to be, from what we've been told, the last Kiss Cruise where they wear makeup and perform. So why Kiss Cruise? What was it? What was it that brought you here? That you were like, this is what we're doing for his bachelor trip?
I mean, we've both been fans of all of these rock bands that are on the cruise since we were kids. And in a way, you getting married and growing up, it kind of feels like, oh, let's revert back to the VH1 classic. Let's go listen to Warrant and Dokken and Vita Ford. We relive our youth on a boat with a bunch of other Mecca Music fans. And
exactly.
Then on top of that, how you have Paul Stanley as your mascot on Bombad.
Neighbor. Yeah.
It all just made sense.
It was perfect. And it's funny because growing up, and you and I talk about this a lot just privately as friends, but like whenever we, I don't know, to me, whenever we would, hang out or we would stay up late and watch TV, because he was essentially, for those that don't know, my parents split up when I was younger, and like he was over at the house every weekend. He was like a brother to me. And so when we would stay up really, really late, the only thing that was worth it was watching VH1 Classic, because we loved music, but that was kind of what we bonded over. And there would be times where we would be up so late watching it that like it would end up obviously going on to like even like the R&B hour. Like it'd be past 4 in the morning, and it would be like the awful country music hour. But the VH1 Rock Block, the what was the other one called?
Mania.
Metal Mania. We would sit there and just watch videos because it was funny. The commercials in between, I don't know if you remember, were always like Viagra commercials because that was the like I guess the targeted audience was just like the older guys. And like we had a weird, youth because we're like the early YouTube generation too. So like not only did we watch VH1 Classic, but we would go learn these songs by Poison or Kiss, off YouTube, early YouTube, 2008, 2009, 2010 YouTube. And it was very I don't know, it was very weird. We pretty much made our own bubble around that genre of music, and our friend group did too, and it was very interesting. I don't know.
I feel like we're also the first generation to have any type of music you want just at your fingertips.
Yes.
You didn't have to go to the store to get it, and you weren't force-fed it by the radio anymore.
No.
So out of all the choices, this is what we gravitated towards.
It was hair metal, and I don't know what it was, but I think it had to do with the energy of the music. Obviously the heavy guitar parts, because we both grew up playing guitar. But it was like it worked, and it was always ridiculous. Like, and we knew as a kid, like these videos are 30 or 20 years old sometimes, and they felt ridiculous, like it's kind of surreal. I don't know, like 2008, 20 years before that was 1988, and like I don't know, like it didn't feel like we were that far away from it. But now when you're we'll talk about this. Now when you're watching these bands play live in 2022, you're kind of like, oh God, like. So you can kind of tell now that there is an age difference. I don't know. It's very weird. And well, of course, on the boat, we were like, I would say out of the 20-year-old range, probably, God, maybe there was like 20 of us that were 20 years old. You know what I mean? Like on the whole cruise itself.
And that's got to be artists included.
Yes.
I would say out of fans, I don't think they were 20.
And then we met artists that we thought were 20, and they weren't anywhere near 20. There was a lot of that happening. And look, we got some friends of Mike over here.
We're 56 in their early 30s.
Yes, they look like
we're 16 that we thought were 22.
Exactly. God, that was the worst. That being said, though, so obviously when we talk about Kiss, we're fans of Kiss. I mean, how many times now have you seen Kiss? Because this has changed since the cruise.
Let's rattle them off. Let's see.
Here we go.
Houston, New Orleans, Gretna, Tacoma, Austin, Cruise. Maybe only 8. I feel like
I think
should be a 9th in there.
I think mine's 6. I think mine's 2 less than yours. No, maybe it's 1 less than yours. Because you saw Kiss in the round in Houston, and that's our only difference of shows. Because I saw Gretna, I saw Austin with you, obviously, Gretna, Austin. I saw them New Orleans again. I saw them in Lafayette that time. Kiss Cruise. So I'm 2 less than you, I think, maybe just 2. But it's funny because it's weird, and this comparison. Seeing a Kiss show is not like rewatching a Star Wars movie, and I'm not joking when I say that, because it's like nothing changes, but you still love every second of it, right? You can almost predict what's coming next. I mean, the second the firehouse noise go, you're like, all right, firehouse. The second Paul, I have that clip. We'll watch that clip. The second, like, you just kind of can predict it. Like, they always open with Detroit Rock City. They don't play I Was Made for Loving You. Like, you go to a Kiss show, but the thing with the Kiss cruise is a lot like Celebration. You're with people, but also Kiss pulls out the I wouldn't say the obscure Kiss, but like the Kiss they don't normally play live. So that was exciting to see the Sail Away show that way, and again to see the Inside show, which we'll show clips of in a second. But do you see any of those comparisons to like the Star Wars fandom? I feel like there's a lot, like especially when you're on that boat for 5 days straight, and you being a Celebration,
Yeah, I mean, I felt like the people were just as into it as the Star Wars fans at Celebration. I think the difference was when I was at Celebration for that one day, I didn't really know what was going on. And I felt like those fans were just a tad more intense.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But this was also vacation, whereas celebration.
That's true.
That was work.
That is work, and it's a lot to take in, and a lot of new stuff. But with the Kiss Cruise, like, I mean, it felt like every time we walked into a room together, that first time we walked into that room, we met those two ladies at the bar. We're friends with them now on Facebook. What was their names? Hold on, I can remember one of them because we just talked.
Yeah, we got to shout them out.
We got to shout them out. We do have a couple of people.
I'll answer some questions. Let's see.
We got Lisa. Oh, here we go. Let's see.
Oh,
that's
okay.
I haven't kissed my dad.
I assume that's directed to you, Scott.
Probably. When I was a kid, it was just the music that I was out. Then Mike, you got lucky. You grew up with this 80s music. Yeah. We all discovered this. We all discovered exactly. We grew up with a butt rock. So January Bryant, shout out to January. We had a great time with her at the Dueling Pianos, and we have Lisa as well. Lisa, the real estate agent. Oh God, amazing. God, yes, that's right. But it's funny because you meet these people, like I was saying earlier, and like then you see them at every event, and they start to get your name. For example, we were in the jacuzzi, and we were a little drunk. We're in the jacuzzi watching LA Guns play, and we didn't even care to know these guys' names, but we called them Jacuzzi Boys because we were just sitting in the jacuzzi with them the entire LA Guns show. It was amazing.
Thought they were in their 20s too. Then they mentioned their first Kiss show was during the Hot in the Shade tour.
Yes,
and I was like, well, it's their 40s.
Oh my God! It's moments like that you can't beat. But I want to reiterate one thing. You're on a boat that you can't leave when you're there. Okay, so being on that boat, a lot of weird things could happen. Now, I'm not talking like weird escapades. I'm talking about just like interactions with people that you admired growing up. And I have a favorite. I know you have a favorite. I'll share mine real quick. I'll even reenact it for the people at home. Dokken, let me pull up a photo of what Dokken looked like in the 80s. Okay. So Don Dokken was the singer of Dokken. And I mean, he was like everything. I mean, you looked at these dudes and you were like, God, like, you know, these guys were just, you know, legends to you because they'd be on your TV when you were growing up, and you'd look at them and they were hair metal, just gods. And you looked at them, you're like, wow, I mean, these people are great. You got George Lynch playing guitar for them. Like, you can't just look at this. This is a great shot, right? And I honestly, this is so bad. I can't even tell who Don Dokken is in these photos.
I only know George because he's got a guitar in his hand.
Yes, and we actually talked to George. There, okay. Okay, here's a great example. Okay, this man was on our that. We'll pull up some footage in a second. But my favorite story from this, and I've told this to a lot of people, even my students. My favorite thing was we're on this cruise. It's like maybe like the fourth day there, and Dokken had like just did their set the night before, and walking around the breakfast buffet was this man in all black, and like he had black pajamas on. And he had his breakfast plate. And he just shuffled around with his long brown hair, kind of clueless. It was amazing because it was Don Dokken. And I'm like, who would have ever thought that, I guess at any point in my life, that number one, I'd be on a cruise with Don Dokken, but also that he would be shuffling around the breakfast buffet the way he had been. It was just like, what is happening right now? God, it was good.
You know, the sense of entrapment is great because these people can't leave.
They can.
Some of the artists really embraced it. And that's why I got to give a shout out to Tracy Guns for being at every single panel, every single concert, just hanging out and drinking like a bro.
Well, what happened with you? Because your Tracy Guns story is the greatest story because you were giving pics away the whole weekend with your real estate company's name on it.
Yeah, I could go grab one.
Go grab one. So I will. So obviously, us being from Louisiana, we did a bunch of Mardi Gras parades growing up, and even as of recently with Spanish Town and stuff. And we're used to like, you know, hey, we want this, throw this to us. And so we would, you know, throw Mardi Gras beads at the parades. Now here we have guitar picks, and Roach got, I think, about 500 of these made. and they are his Chasing Realty guitar picks, and they've got a picture of Paul Stanley. So it's a tradition. It's a custom. I'll pull it up big. It's a custom to give out guitar picks if you have any, and that is Chase's right there. You can see it's Paul, and it's got his information on the back. I mean, unless you really want to show it, you can.
Yeah,
there you go.
So stupid.
But it's great because the second you start giving them out, people want them. And this is my favorite story. So we were sitting at this panel for Paul, and Chase is just handing them out to the people around us. And what ensues next? Because I love this.
Well, see, in the beginning, like, you can't even give these away. People are like, what is this? What is this? And then all of a sudden, you got, as I'm giving this to the people right behind us, like, you know, like it's a Holy Eucharist. Then we got the people kind of right behind them that are like, oh, give me one. All of a sudden, people see me throwing things. And then people go berserk. All of a sudden, you got people on the other side of the theater. Everyone's raising their hand. We got to the point where we got this sold-out 450-person theater, and every single person's raising their hand for these picks that I've just been chucking into the audience at every show for the whole week up until last night. But the best part is, the person behind me taps me on the shoulder and said, Tracy Guns wants one. And I was like, where's 2 guns?
And this dude is straight up.
I lodged one over. This guy played in Guns N' Roses.
Yes, he formed Guns N' Roses.
This was the Guns of Guns N' Roses. This dude's screaming, pig, pig, pig. I throw in and hits a chair in front of him, and I see this man like digging through the chair to get to it. He's like fighting off other people. I'm like, they thought I was throwing $100 bills.
God. And this man's like, he's got like a net worth of like 5 million. Like he's not, it's not like he's on this cruise to like to pay the bills. I mean, this man tours still. I mean, he's there and he's really enjoying himself. And you're literally, I'm like, this is someone we watched on TV. This is like the original guitarist for Guns N' Roses. And like I'm just watching it with my mouth, and he's like diving for it. We've got people like across the room, and we even met the guy that designs Kiss's picks, and he was like, "This is how you properly throw a pick the night before." It's just been it's such a weird thing, and yeah, we learned underhand. Underhand's the way to do it. By the way, I have a
great
right
story
here.
Too. I feel like people would enjoy that. So we're in the hallway, just being a little buzzed, throwing picks at the wall, and then we realize, the elevator tours, they're gonna close. Let's just throw them at people when they get in and out the elevator. Is that some stuff we would do when we were 13? So let's just do it right now as 26 and 27-year-olds to prove that nothing really changes. And I got plenty more stories about that. And I hit this man in the face, and this white-haired man walks out the elevator. He goes, "Give me that." And so I give him the pick. And he said, "This is how you properly throw it." And it throws like a ninja star, smacks against the wall.
Literally, but like it like flipped and curved straight. Like it didn't just like go down. It was like, and like if it was the ball was made of styrofoam, it was stuck. Like that's how good it was. And so he stood
and so
there.
We saw his host tag, and we said, "What do you do?" He said, "I'm the pick designer for Kiss." And I'm like, what's the coincidence of that one?
Yeah, and he gave us all. He was throwing picks at us. This is Eric Singer's pick, even though he doesn't even play guitar. But like he's like just throwing picks at us, and we're like wild animals picking it up and grabbing it. Like this is so awesome. And we became Tracy Guns essentially.
But then after as we're in there throwing the picks against the wall after that guy had long gone, former American Idol winner Caleb Johnson, season 13, shout out, walks in and he's like, "Hi, what you guys doing?" I was like eating a piece of pizza. We're like, "Oh, we're throwing picks against a wall. Don't you want to come join?"
God, what a trip. It's so I'm telling you, and part of this whole experience is like no sleep. And that'll be a part of a lot of what happened on this trip was like, the later you stay up, the more weird interactions like that will like guarantee to happen, And like, I don't know. We can look at some photos right now. You want to do that? Kind of go through some memories. By the way, this is the first time I had ever been to California for this long. So we actually had a little mini trip before that. And there's actually some stories that can go along with that as well. But let me get it pulled up real quick. You can actually see the you can see the full experience. But God,
there's an Apple Note that you airdropped to me, and you know what story goes with it.
Apple Note airdrop. I know what you're talking about. Did you want to share it or no?
Example. Yeah, this is a great example that we have not grown up at all.
You can tell it now because I don't know if you included it in the thing, but you can tell them what we did. Okay. We broke the rules, man.
So when was it? I think it was either second to last or last day. They had 2 different Gene Simmons panels.
Yes,
one
was the last day.
Are You Smarter Than a Rock God? Followed by the Gene Simmons Newlywed panel. Everyone wants to be front row at the Gene Simmons panels because you have a great chance of catching, this dude's throwing everything off the stage. He's got, his signed bottles of vodka, which I have one upstairs I need to go grab. He's giving people his Rolex. He's giving people his bass guitar. People are getting their heads smashed in.
Yep.
So you want to be in the front. So after his first panel,
we found that out the hard way because what happened was we were the first panel. We were like in the 5th or 6th row, and he was throwing stuff to the front 3 rows, and like a pillow came my way, and I didn't know who it was for because he threw it behind his head. I thought it was for someone because he already pointed at some other lady, and I didn't grab the pillow. I was too nervous because I didn't know what was happening. But like we straight up watched a lady get a Gibson Gene Simmons bass name on
a 1-of-1 copy too.
1 of 1. And we were like, oh, we know where to be next time. So anyway, yeah, it was very surreal.
So they had to clear the theater between the 2 events. And so we had this idea where we could go hide in the stalls of the theater bathroom. And then we'll come back out as soon as they open the doors, and no one will ever know that we didn't leave. Because there's maybe an hour in between, hopefully less. It's probably like a half hour.
Well, because one ran too long, and so we didn't know when the other one was going to start. And so our geniuses were like, okay, we're going to go hide in the bathroom. When we hear people, we'll be good, and we'll walk in like nothing even happened, right? And so we hear them clear the room out, and we're sitting in the bathroom, and we like hear people coming out of the bathroom, and like we're dead silent. I'm standing on the toilet seat because I think, why did I think security would be that time? Like, get out right now.
What are you going to do? Throw us overboard? We thought we were going to be in cruise jail as security guys.
So we're hiding in this bathroom. No self-service, mind you. We're in the middle of the open ocean. The only way him and I could communicate was through going into literally, we were doing essentially Nintendo DS Picto chat. And we were hiding in the bathroom, typing messages out to each other, airdropping it to each other, trying to make each other laugh.
Well, that was after throwing balls of toilet paper over the altar.
Oh my God.
It would have made more sense just to put the phone under the stall and read it. I don't know why we didn't think about that one.
We're just airdropping it back and forth.
To make it worse, the bathroom was soundproof, so we didn't know when people came back in.
I don't know why it was soundproof.
Ended up in the 4th row anyway.
Yes, but at least we went to the 4th to the left, and that actually ended up being very good for us because there was other giveaways in that area. But yeah, there's just you kind of have to like get into a headspace at these events. Like anything can happen. Shout out to Ellie Golding. And they do, right? And it always felt like whenever you and I get together, it could be, I mean, the Kiss Cruise, it could be whatever. I always feel like truly anything is possible to happen. And this is a wonderful example of it. And yeah, I'm going to pull up some photos real quick and we can take a walk down memory lane. Now, mind you, Chase lives in Austin. I live in Baton Rouge. And we see each other, I would say once almost every 8 or 9 weeks, right? I hadn't seen you in person since what? May, maybe? September? Since before then? September. What the hell? What are we doing? We went to Hammond. Okay. We went to Hammond. Yeah, you're right. But like the reason why I bring that up is because when I see him, I mean, it's we pick up where we left off kind of thing. And so this is us right when we got in LAX, We're on the boat. We're on the boat. We're on the actual trolley because LX is huge to get to our Uber. And I'm gonna scroll through these now. Some of these may be out of order. Yeah. So we went to Hollywood and tell us your reason why wanting to go to Hollywood, Universal Studios, because this is actually plays into a bigger thing later. Why Universal?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you were insistent. I'm a theme park guy. You know I like theme parks, but you were like, we need to go to Universal.
No, there's no better way than a theme park to entertain you for a full day. And
that's true.
I went to go to the Hollywood Horror Nights. I've been hearing about this mostly from my favorite band, posting it on their I guess my favorite modern bands are called Wallows.
Yeah.
All the guys are the same age as me, so they're like 25, 26 years old. And they go to this Hollywood Horror Nights a couple times each year, and they're always posting about it. I'm like, this looks so cool. We got to go. But we realized we could actually go to the rides and the day part as well. So
yeah, so we took advantage of that. And they at these Hollywood Horror Nights, they have big exhibits. Like, here's a good example of it. Like, this is from the set of the movie Nope, and it's obviously a really big scene in the movie. But you go and they had this like limited time, setup of it, and it's kind of like a scary,
yeah. So they make a haunted house, but by a movie production company. I mean, of course it's going to be over the top.
It's going to be amazing. And like in the Simpsons land, the best thing was they were playing the Treehouse horror music. So they're playing the like harpsichord version of the Simpsons theme. So like everywhere you went in the park, it was super curated to like that Hollywood horror experience. And I think the Hollywood one is the only one that does this kind of stuff. So we knew it'd be probably one of the only times we can go to this. And so we enjoy it. Look, Emotet. It's from the Mummy. All right, hold on. I'll pull up another photo. So we're sitting there.
If you've seen the Mummy.
Yeah, comment if you know who Emotet is. Emotet.
Because he was screaming it on the ride.
I was very excited for Emotet. But this right here is great. So we're sitting inside the Panda. Now, Roach is very much like, because he wants to he spent a lot of money in this. He wanted to make sure he took advantage of his time wisely.
The lines were 2 hours long.
Each line was 2 hours. You're right. I don't blame you. So he wanted to grab Panda, wait in line, and eat. And I'm like, come on, we got to sit. Our feet are going to be, like dying tomorrow if we do this. And he's, all right, we'll sit and eat. And like some rides took longer than we expected. Some other rides were very quick. And so we finally sit down at Panda. And, the whole reason we went here is because he saw it on one of his favorite band's Instagram pages. And we're sitting there at this damn Panda Express, right place, right time. And what happens? Because this is so incredible.
I'm looking towards the line. Scott's looking towards the pictures of Chinese food. Typical. And I kind of look over and I go, what the fuck? I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And he's like, what is it? I was like, the whole band. They're in line for a Panda. And yeah, there they are. I've met them a couple times before, so I didn't want to like be dramatic, but so I leaned over the table to say hi to the drummer, Cole.
I think I have a photo of it right here, actually. It was a pretty personal interaction, and like, he didn't want to seem too strange.
I've just seen them for the 11th time. I've met these guys 3 times, but
so the thing is, if nothing felt more, there's never more synchronicity. Like, it was never more that we should be here at this time, because we had joked like, who are we gonna see? We're gonna run into Kiss Cruisers, or we're gonna run into someone famous. And literally, the most famous person in that band, if you don't mind divulging, you can, is the guy that was in 13 Reasons Why, right?
Yeah, Dylan Minnette. I mean, he's been in several other movies. He was in the most recent Scream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you told me that. I forgot about that.
But yeah, he had like mask, hat on. He's one that will get noticed in public.
You can see him right here, actually, a little bit better. I'll outline him. That guy. So like, yeah, he's pretty well known, and he had a mask on the whole time, but his bandmates didn't. And once Chase noticed him, unfortunately, there were some other people that were like, "Ooh, let's take photos of him while they eat." And I'm like, "Oh, that sucks." Like, not that you started the train, but it very much felt like you were the first one to notice, and then the room kind of woke up
That's
for a
not the
second
first
there.
time this has happened to me.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. But like nothing says synchronicity quite like an event like that happening. And I mean that. Like
It's proof that we live in a simulation. Yeah.
it is 100% proof. And like the whole experience itself was pretty amazing. Like just being able to like, and I have a photo of it, like at these Hollywood Horror Nights, obviously there's some exclusive things. Like there was a weekend exhibit, the artist, the weekend. And like, you could like go through his personal setup of a horror house. Like it's his thing. And Chase got this exclusive shirt. I mean, a sweatshirt there. I mean, it's sick. I mean, it's very much a one of a kind experience. And like we took it all in, spared no expense. Like we did everything we could to enjoy it. And I don't know. It if anyone's ever on the fence about going to it, I would 100% suggest going. And then after that,
spend the money, get the express pass.
Yeah,
that
get
way
the
you
express
can go to
pass.
all the rides.
Yeah, look, there's Emotet. But
We're
after that, of
through,
course,
we should swap to this back to the cruise.
oh yeah, let's get to the cruise. So obviously we visited some pretty huge landmarks in LA. This one in particular was the Rainbow, which is a place where a lot of musicians played and of course drank at afterwards. We walked by the Whiskey, we walked by the Roxy. This is us inside of it.
Scott rode a Lime scooter for the first time.
I did. That was sick. We actually went to the Laugh Factory in California. We went to Hermosa Beach, is where we kind of started
went on
off.
Black Night.
Yes, we did. It was great. We hung out with my buddy Ian, his wonderful girlfriend Jasmine. Walked by the Comedy Store. What else? Oh, this is the best. We actually stopped in front of the Body Shop, which is from the amazing hit song Girls by Motley Crue. What's the exact
Body Shop in the Marble Arch?
That's right. So we fulfilled a youth fantasy by going to see it. Look how cool that is. There may be a photo. Yeah, there's the front of it. Incredible. So 80s looking. Like it felt like this was the best way to kind of kick off and like be at the trip, is to walk by this place and be like, wow, the crew went there. I wonder if there's a photo of them on the wall. But this of course leads us to our cruise experience right here. And the first day was like Hawaiian themed, and we went pretty hard on that. And to be honest with you, the second we got in that boat, the first thing we did was use that drink pass. And I will admit it. I went
that was
that
your
drink.
night.
I was that we met the legendary Kiss manager. You wanted the best. You got the best. Doc McGee, baby. That was so.
And we
weird.
thought it'd be our one time meeting him.
No, oh my God, we ran into Doc McGee more times than I've like seen family members this past year. Like
you open a stall door and there's Doc McGee.
The best was when you and I were like walking and we're like, what time is this today? And you made the joke. You're like, ask Doc McGee. And as you said that, I'm like, he's right there. We can ask him. We kept walking. And we also kept making jokes that like, why'd the time change, Doc? Tell us, Doc,
Well, so
why is this?
For those listening, they had a panel the very first day called Ask Doc McGee. And it was supposed to be Kiss-related questions.
Oh, my
this
God.
guy knows everything.
He's Doc McGee. He managed Bon Jovi. Like, he managed Bon Jovi, Kiss, and
Motley Crue.
Maybe the Motley Crue. Like, come on. Like, this guy's a legend. So we ran into him a lot. And obviously the Sail Away show was a highlight. I'll show some videos from that. This is a photo that I took in a very altered state.
How many funny waters was I on there?
Both of us. I can't even tell you. These were so much fun to do because the sunset off the California coast, we still had service. So I was FaceTiming people still. And this was the set list, actually. Look at that set list. Good God. Deuce, Hotter Than Hell, Firehouse, Parasite. It was all their 70s hits. Jesus. What a good set list.
You'd think they didn't play in more. But we were hoping we'd hear some 70s hits, and they gave us what we asked for.
I agree. And this is the first drink, I think, right here. The Miami Vice. The Miami Vice. No, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. This is actually in the evening we went to Chin Chin. God. The Norwegian Jewel is a great boat. Here's So, okay. I thought this was Don Dokken. Let me give you some preface here. This guy looks a little bit more like Don Dokken.
And that would be a compliment to Don Dokken.
That would be a big compliment because I walked up to him in my state of mind and hold on, I might have a photo of me and Don Dawkin, or I guess who I thought was Don Dawkin. Maybe I don't. I walked up to this man earlier and I was like straight up, like, I can't wait for your set tonight.
And
He's
I'm
like,
pretty sure that's just a guitar time.
either guitar. I think he might be Don Dawkins' manager. I can't even tell you, but here he is. Very nice looking dude. Then of course we ended our night at the coin pusher machine, which was
How many funny waters was this one?
This is a lot of funny waters. This was definitely far back than we would want to be.
For those listening, there's a new adult beverage on the market. It's called Funny Water. It's
good.
It's
Take up on you.
Man, it's
alcoholic water.
Like a Truly or White Claw without the bubbles.
Yes, and like you can down them. Like you don't burp. It's the same consistency as water. Tastes very good. Very, very good. I was super impressed with it. But of course, this leads us to actually the next day meeting Paul. And there's some photos that'll end up showing up because it's not exactly in the right order. But Chase, you ordered this. Tell us why. Not that you need to validate your reasons, but like this was a big thing for you.
Which is like this should be validated. Yeah, I think I got a cold email and then I just bought it on the email. No. And Paul's been painting for probably a decade or so, and his paintings sell for $35,000 to $70,000. I received an email. I guess all the cruisers got the email that he was going to be selling his paintings on the boat. You had to order them ahead of time, and you would get a meet and greet with him if you purchase one. And I was like, that'd be a really cool thing to have in my house. So I inquired what it would cost for the actual oil paintings, and then when I realized it was the same price as a Tesla. All the way up to like a Porsche. I was like, well, that's not happening.
No.
I wasn't even ready to spend a Toyota Camry worth of money on this. But yeah, then they offered like the screen print ones that were like $1,800 to $4,000. And I was like, well, that's just a poster, they just printed it out. So I asked the art dealer, I'm like, certainly got something in the middle where Paul's actually put his own touch on it, but doesn't cost an arm and a leg. And he's like, oh, you should try this mixed media one. So what you're looking at in this picture, it's there's a screen print, and then he's painted details over it. So all that purple hair, the lines on the side.
Yeah, you can see the texture. I'll zoom in. You can actually see a good bit of the texture on this one. Yeah.
So just about all of it, he's painted over it. So that makes it a 1 of 1. He's actually, put his mark on it.
Yeah, you can see
like
the actual.
That I'd be okay investing money in. And I like investments, and I don't have any fine art, and I have a perfect place in my house for it.
And the thing is, what's better than having something like this, someone you love, someone you're passionate, and then it also came with a personal experience. And oh my God, I mean, I can't thank you enough for that, because Paul ended up hooking me up with something too. And I don't know if you were aware of this, and I just wasn't aware of it, but he gave me this, which was super unexpected. Obviously, a conversation was part of the experience, but I should have a photo of it. I think I uploaded it. He actually signed a piece of paper for me, and he wrote, because the first thing Chase mentioned was we were here on my bachelor trip, and the first thing he wrote was, congrats, you're getting married. That's awesome. And he wrote to me, congrats, and full, it's a full sheet paper. I have it right over here, actually.
It'll be prominently displayed at your wedding.
It will be at my wedding, 100%. And there should be a photo of all of us together. But Chase, while I'm getting that photo, tell him what you asked, because we had about 5 or 6 minutes with Paul, which is, for those that don't know what meet and greets are like, they're like one and done. Like, you take the photo, that's it. But you asked a pretty incredible question.
Yeah, for most meet and greet events, you don't ever stop. You're walking through, and you get in the picture. You might get a handshake. We got what, a full 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask him a music business question. One of my favorite modern Kiss, my only favorite modern Kiss album, was Sonic Boom, that came out in 2010, probably maybe 2009. And they did a Walmart only release for it. Yeah. And so I asked him, I said, I have a music business question for you. I said, I really love the album Sonic Boom. Why do you choose the Walmart release? And he said, to be honest with you, money up front. And I was like, can't blame me there. He's
That's
like,
brilliant.
He said, when an old band is releasing new music, with new members in the band, you know, you don't know how it's going to do.
Yeah.
He said they took the sure thing on that. But that album actually did really well for them.
It did. It was a great album too. Modern day Delilah. We were hoping we'd hear it at least once. I think we heard it in the elevator. I think it's the only time we heard.
I heard it in the gym when I was working out with George Lynch.
So it was an incredible experience. We talked for a minute with him. He was very kind. His hands are big. That's the one thing I took away. Is like when I shook his hands, it was like big old hand. I was like, man, his hands are huge. But I mean, like you're talking to him, and he's looking you in the eye, and I don't know. It's weird. Like we've met celebrities before. Not to brag or anything, we kind of made our way to do that with certain people. But like this was one of the few times it was like undivided, wanted to talk, didn't look miserable, didn't have to ask for anything. We took a really great selfie with him that I almost like more than this photo because I don't know if it's just kind of Paul, but like he always looks the same, right? And to get a selfie with him, which I think we have somewhere in this set.
I think it's
this right here.
Box.
Oh, it's flipped, but I guess you can get the picture.
It looks like y'all are painted on the wallpaper.
Yeah, that's the one thing. It's just weird. It's like, I don't know why they had to do a backdrop, but all in all, we got a beautiful, I mean, you got an amazing print out of it. We got a beautiful experience out of it as well with Paul. But there was so much music that happened after this that I'll pull up as well. I'm going to go back to the top over here. So leading into that, you know, there were a lot of moments where you could actually see the band just hanging out between panels. They'd be walking up and it bigger than mine. Big as your hands, Dad. Yes, very big. They were
talking about his hands.
We didn't see Paul's pecker. But it is pretty amazing, Alexa. I'm so glad to see Zam Jam's in here. What is this? Zam Jam. I love this. But yeah, there was just really weird moments. And obviously, this is the one thing I will say is Kiss fans that are like collectors are way more passionate than us because some people are waiting out here for like 40 minutes just to get Gene to sign like one of their records. And like signatures are one thing. I'm fine with signatures, but a photo is like so much more personal. And they didn't do many photos. You could tell like they didn't stop for a selfie as much as you would think they would. So it was interesting.
Honestly, I couldn't really care less about an autograph as much as, I mean, you know, the Gene signed bottle of vodka I have is so cool, but I'd rather just a selfie with him instead.
A selfie, which we still haven't gotten yet. Maybe the next Kiss Cruise. God, that was SARS Palace. I had a wonderful date that evening. This is the night Roach got his steak raw. You got it medium rare.
That was as rare as they could legally serve it, and we were on open water, so I'm pretty sure they just took it out the cow and just plopped it on the plate.
I think they just
threw some pepper on top.
They did that. They put it on the grill for maybe 1 second, just so the outer edge would be brown, but the inside of it was a very light pink color. And this is a shout out to our friend. Here's a shout out to our friend Lisa, because Lisa's a champ. Number one, that's all I'll say. Lisa killed it with this right here. Lisa, she was Chase's dancing partner for the dueling pianos.
Best band on the ship.
At this point, we were both a little. I mean, you more so than I were a little lit up, and we don't have to go into that much detail.
I'm going to blame Mark Rockola for getting me drunk.
Yes,
I'm sure he'll listen to a playback on this.
Oh, Mark, good people. I love Mark, man. What a genius.
I'm going to see him at the Max Other show on Friday.
Yes, I can't wait. You got to send me a picture of y'all. So, all that being said, right? We're we're on this thing. We're fully into it, obviously. And the first destination was Cabo. And this is a very weird thing for us too, is, you know, Chase and I have never been out in the country together. So we're exploring the wonderful city of Cabo San Lucas, and we're walking around with our buddy Mark and his son, and we're having a good time. We're talking. People are throwing lizards on us and stuff. Very unexpected. I'm sure that lizard's like deathly sick, and they're just like throwing.
That's probably where I got this cough from. That iguana.
That's exactly where you got this cough from. But yeah, I mean, these guys, I gave these two guys each, I think, $10 just because they threw a lizard on me. I had no choice, but we made them say "Stay Bombad," and look, he's holding my money in his hand right there.
They would have robbed you.
They would have, and they kept saying somewhat racist stuff to me, and I was like, oh, about their own race. So I don't even want to care to comment about it. I was just like, Jesus, like, I know you're trying to make some money, but you don't have to be that self-deprecating. But of course, we get to the Cabo sign. We're doing our typical thing. We're there's a photo for the ages. Look at this. He's dying. Blowing jeans fire. But no, what's really cool though, I will say there was a sort of camaraderie there when we were in Cabo because everyone went to Sammy Hagar's Cabo Wabo. Everyone did. It was very weird. It was like,
how many funny waters was I on there?
I don't know, but this was a pretty okay drink. Your drink was much better though. We had sat down outside at Cabo and we were in the sun. It was a whole experience. But we're sitting there talking to Mark and his kid, and we're just looking around, and like George Lynch is eating tacos. The singer and the whole band Warrant is like has their own table. Who else do we see there? Do we see anyone from Dokken or no? Do we see Tracy? I think Tracy Guns was also there.
Sure. I'm sure Guns is at our table, yeah.
But it's so weird. It's like they all paid their right to Sammy, and they all voyaged back to the boat. It was
most of them had their pictures on the wall already.
Yes, yeah. And look, here's the inside of Cabo Wabo. By the way, it was incredible. It was beautiful. It was such a vibe, and obviously they're used to this stuff. They had statues of Van Halen. You can see Eddie on the far left. Yeah, I took a solo.
Don't
of
see
that
any
one.
David Lee Roth in there.
No, not that much. And look, you can see right here, I left the Bombadcast pick. So when we go back on Kiss Cruise 12, we'll hopefully see if it's still there, if it leaves, it goes to Cabo. But Sammy Hagar's a god. But yeah, at this point, Josh Peck made friends with this young lady. Whenever we were waiting for my feet to finish getting eaten by little
do you have pictures of that?
I think I do. I think I have a video of it. This is the best part, though. As we were leaving, I was like poking a cactus, and this is one of the few encounters that I love, poking the cactus, and I think George Lynch's like, watch out, it's poisonous. I'm like, Jesus, like out of nowhere, and we look up, it's George Lynch, the esteemed and famous guitarist for Dokken.
Yeah, this is probably Rolling Stone's top 20 best rock guitar players.
I wonder what
history.
Yeah,
right there in the red shirt.
Yep. And we're freaking out because this is like one of like 4 interactions we have with this man, and he's just as normal as other, just like everyone else. It's just weird. You don't expect it. And we got back on the cruise. I believe that evening we were seeing Kiss. Yeah, we saw Kiss that night. So we went to the inside show. And for those that don't know, when you're on this cruise ship, these shows aren't guaranteed, like this Kiss show. So Chase went out of his way and bought another set of tickets for this Kiss show, right? Wasn't this one like $250
no,
a ticket?
You get one with your.
Oh, you do? I thought it was just a sailaway show. Okay, but how did you choose the spot? How did you get a chance to choose the spot? Because you chose.
Oh, that was a first come, first serve thing.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, Roach got lucky, and we had like essentially
I was sitting at a real estate conference booking this trip, and. Like it was right when it was announced, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, and I'll ask for Scott's.
That's right.
Dinner.
Yeah, and I'm glad he did.
Good thing I just knew your social security number just off
you did, isn't that great? You didn't have to ask me. It's funny because when you're at these shows, right? It's
and
not
these aren't zoomed in, by the way.
No, none of these are zoomed in. This is an actual. That's Chase's hands right here. Like that's the actual photo of how close we were to these guys, and like. These are heroes we grew up with. These are people we love. And like Paul would walk right up to us. He would wink at us. At one point, he looked directly at me. And like not saying that because, oh, I saw him. He looked at me like this dude directly looked into my eyes. Like I felt that moment. Then after that, an amazing thing occurred. We went to the Lita Ford jam. Good God. I need to tell my Lita, or maybe you could tell my Lita Ford story whenever I was in 8th grade.
Oh. Well, going back to the VH1 Classic, we used to, I pretty much slept over at Scott's house every single weekend, and we would watch VH1 Classic Metal Mania until we fell asleep promptly at probably 12:30, and which felt so late for us. And I vividly remember one night him waking up from his snoring, which started at a very young age, and he was on his couch and I was on my couch. And he grabbed the remote on the table, and Lita Ford's "Kiss Me Deadly" had come on the TV. I went to a party last Saturday night, and He wakes up, he goes, bullshit. Throws the remote down and falls back asleep.
And here we are all these years later, 14 years later, and we're sitting there before Lita Ford. And in fact, the next night ate Chinese food right next to her. So it's just like there's something it's like this weird God, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like this weird rip in space and time that just shouldn't exist. It's like you're all these things you loved like growing up just existing all in the same moment. It's weird. And we also met Shannon Tweed Simmons and Nick Simmons as well. I got your photos coming up in a second.
Yeah.
But
family jewels.
God, it was incredible. Let me go get your photos because you were kind enough to share your photos too. I think they're somewhere in here. Maybe they're not. I don't know. They're all mixed in. Oh, look, here's yours. Here's yours. Look,
hey,
here's
there's a good
photo.
one if you're getting your feet eaten.
Oh, there is. Let me see. Hold on, wait. Look at Lita Ford. I mean, she looks incredible. I'm not gonna lie. She aged pretty well. Where's my feet?
It's all the cheap Chinese food. See that? Scott's never had a foot massage, apparently. I couldn't do that. I'm too ticklish. But
look at this.
That's the face that he makes when someone massages his foot. So, Katie, take note.
Oh, oh my God. But it was also weird when it's like Nick Simmons, obviously, Gene's son, he was in the boat like super available. Like we saw him at 3 or 4 different shows just hanging out. It was incredible. And that being said, like there was this one band that played, and I have photos of them as well. The Alive. Oh my God.
I think I have a photo of them in there somewhere.
You do right here. Here it is.
Yep.
God, these are kids. I mean, they're like 7 or 8 years younger than us. Right here, this guy right here, 19. He turned 18 on the boat, had his first beer. Yep. This kid, 14. Okay. And this kid, I think, was the only older. This one's 19, barely older. But I mean, this band was tight. They have barely any music on Spotify or Apple Music, but they do have a lot of live stuff I've looked up on YouTube since. And like, I mean, they did like grunge covers. They were amazing.
I mean, yeah, they sound like Nirvana. No, they sounded great.
They did Pumpkins covers. They did Nirvana. They did Tool. They literally did Schism with 3 people. It was, I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing. They were a good group.
And they brought him on. The coolest part, they brought him on for that Lita Ford Super Jam after Lita Ford was gone, which
no sense
for the people who didn't see and probably don't know these backing musicians, but the backing musicians for that was the Conspirators. It was Slash's current band.
Yes.
Todd Hearn, Brett Fitz. The other guy.
I think I have another photo of them.
Yeah. So, and Tracy Guns was performed with them as well. They brought on the Alive to do Motorhead, Ace of Spades. And Tracy Guns played the intro, and then he's like, "Y'all don't need me here," and walks off the stage.
God, it was good. It was such a moment, and like the whole entire experience was a lot of spontaneity like that, right? And of course, the infamous.
Oh, let's talk about Scott's ice cream cones. This is one of my favorite stories.
When in Rome, look, I'm gonna live my life. When in Cone. When you're on a boat, nothing matters. That's all I'm going to say. The implication of how much ice cream you can eat is there. And there's even a video of Paul Stanley eating this very same ice cream. So I'm happy I did it. Paul and I shared the same ice cream. But you're on this boat and like everything's at your dismissal. Like everything, you can have anything you want. You can eat whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, what time you want. And of course, this is my meal of choice. Look at this. You can't beat a ice cream cone, soft serve ice cream cone, whatever you want. So I had, and this is not an exaggeration, I maybe had 10 a day. That
was a visual of Scott and Katie's dates number 2 through 26.
That's 100% with McDonald's 56 cones. And like, I'm eating this ice cream cone, and I love that you went to go work out one of those days, and because you had it in like 4 or 5 days.
Wait, I want to tell this one. So
you say it.
We came back from the Ensenada excursion, and after eating 10 meals a day, I was like, for some reason, I'm dying to go work out. And so I told Scott, I said, I'll be in the gym for probably 40 minutes. I said, because he wanted to come to the steam room. His version.
Yes.
And he shows up to the gym probably 26 minutes. And I was like, and he said, all right, you ready? And I said, oh, well, no, I still got like 14 minutes left. He goes, okay, I'll go get an ice cream. So he comes back with an ice cream and a strawberry daiquiri. He's like, you ready to go to the sauna?
And I ate that ice cream as fast as I could. And I drank the strawberry daiquiri. We sat in there. The steam room was
melt all over.
Oh, so good. God, you can't beat it though. Yes, I agree, Alexa. Total throwback to Silu Cap. Like when you can get it, why don't you? You know, it's there. And like, God, they were so good. And it was really so good. And of course, like there was other cool things that we got to see, like a guitar competition. And it was fun. We watched Warren do another show. This is the highlight. I'm gonna go grab it. Actually, I can hear you in my headphones. What are people looking at? This is my favorite. This is the absolute highlight of the trip for me.
Yeah. So we went to Paul Stanley's cooking class. I guess it wasn't really a cooking class, maybe his cooking show. And he was supposed to be making pizza and pasta. And he took this raw dough and flipped it over his head, which he does on his Instagram videos all the time. And then he made this weird pasta where he put orange juice into the marinara sauce and then made people eat it. I feel bad for those people. There's no way that turned out good. But at the end, the raw dough was left on the table. And as all these people are begging for other things off the stage, all these things that he signed, we were looking for the uncommon collectibles.
Oh, always.
And we're just screaming, raw dough, raw dough. And the host goes, you want the raw pizza dough? Like, so he's like, yeah, here you go. And we grab it. And we're like, yeah. And of course, I had to try a chunk immediately just to see how it was. And my favorite comment we got, we went and showed our friend Mark. We're like, we got the raw dough. He goes, oh, no way.
And here it is, y'all. I will debut the frozen raw pizza dough that I kept in my bag. I thought customs like not no, but hell no. Because it was like an open Ziploc bag of just raw dough. And then I thought, again, TSA. So the only concern I had the whole trip was how the hell am I going to get this back? Look at it. I wrote on there, Paul Stanley Pizza Dough 10/27/2022.
I need him to sign it. Yeah.
Oh my God, the raw. This is the reason why I did this too is because Sebastian Bach, right? He has like the Gene Simmons blood cup in his freezer. That was like part of his MTV Cribs. And like, this is my Gene Simmons blood cup. That's exactly the Paul Stanley's pizza dough from the Kiss Cruise.
In a couple of years, Katie's going to be cleaning the freezer.
She's going to toss it.
She's going to toss it. Where's my dough?
Where's my dough? Katie!
Corey!
Why is we gotta talk about Kiss TV. So before we wrap up, and there's obviously a couple more things I want to show you. I don't know if you can go on any longer, but I don't know if you have a hard out in 3 minutes.
We can do this all night. I don't know how long until you get canceled.
Okay, good. So the best thing about the Kiss Cruise, and I mean this wholeheartedly, was the fact that anytime you went into your room, you had like 30 channels you could watch, right? And Chase and I didn't really watch. We didn't ever really watch that much TV growing up besides like Family Guy and like anything occasional like Simpsons. But like we didn't sit there and watch TV together. We would always watch music videos. And on the Kiss Cruise, there was something called Kiss TV that showed their Kisstory documentary from A&E, but it also showed all their old live concerts. So to wake up, we would put the Kiss TV on. To go to bed, we would put the Kiss TV on. We'd walk in. We just lived in Kiss for this whole entire week, and it was very weird.
In the Phantom of the Park.
Yes, and literally watched the Phantom of the Park. I mean, it was so weird how much Kiss there was, and obviously it's their thing. And look, here's a photo from the Cooking with Paul Stanley when he made the orange juice. The orange, you can see the oranges right there. Very strange.
I want Alexa to throw in her
Jacuzzi boy,
orange juice marinara.
Jacuzzi boy,
right next to the house. They gave us a pizza dough.
Yeah, right next to him. And I think I actually have a photo of Paul. No, I don't. Oh man,
Right next
Paul,
to the commissioner of the cafeteria.
they did a Kiss trivia, which was great because they kept correcting them. This was a highlight. Good God, this may be the best. I keep saying this is the best. The whole trip was incredible. I keep saying this was the best, but this is a cool interaction. So what you're looking at right here is Roach walking with famous guitarist George Lynch. And I'll pull
He
a
didn't know we
video
were
of George
walking
Lynch.
with him quite yet at this time.
Yes. So he I don't know, I think I have a video that I can play actually of you what kind of started our conversation with George Lynch. Let me see if I can find it.
Because I was just making like a little vloggy style video, but I wanted to get his attention. I was like, walking to Ensenada with legendary guitarist George Lynch.
Here it is right here. Watch.
In Mexico, walking downtown, we got George Lynch. What's up? Guitar God. Forced to be straight out of the Kiss Cruise.
Forced to be here.
But what's funny, I thought that would make an interaction the whole way there. I'm like, it's going to be awkward. He's going to walk fast. He's going to make sure he doesn't talk to us again. But it actually spawned like a 30-minute just like walk.
He went shopping.
We went shopping with. It was so weird because this is someone you saw on your TV or you saw on YouTube, like shredding like Gang V. Malmsteen. Like these are people we would like obsess over. And we're just sitting here and we're like, it's so surreal. He was bitching about he said his first honeymoon was into Ensenada in 1979 with his first wife. And I was like, my God. And he's like, we drove down here. It was in this weird like 4-wheel drive view. And he like told us the car. And lo and behold, we're walking with him and he sees like an exact model of the car. And like we stopped and looked at it with him. He like described the inside of it. He like showed us the wheels. We're like, what the hell is happening right now? He bitched about not having Wi-Fi. He bitched about how his lawyer was on the boat, but staying in the suite section with Kiss because it's Kiss's lawyer too. I'm like, this is so surreal. God, it was so surreal.
It's a good flex to share a lawyer with Kiss.
Yeah, that was a good flex. But it like not many people can say they went to a Mexican fish market with George Lynch.
Well, we asked him about the little Mexican pharmacies everywhere.
Oh yes,
like,
yes.
Yep, I start every morning with half a Viagra and half a roofie.
And of course, it's starting. I need to go put this back up because it's starting to it's hard. Yeah. So maybe you tell them about your brief conversation. Well, I guess maybe you shouldn't. Never mind. It's about the things you bought. Maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't talk about that. Let me pull up a photo before we dig ourselves into a hole.
Yeah, but let's pull up a new photo that I can describe.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, this is actually the heart of the experience was like also the excursions and seeing this stuff in person. And there's a photo that I'm not going to explain. I'm just gonna let the world look at it. I'm gonna let the world look at it. Hold on, I gotta pull up something so at least we can see something to consider here. What is this from?
That was from night one during the LA Guns show.
I don't remember this.
In the pool, so I hopped on the unicorn.
Oh,
yeah, you're trashed. Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
I can tell them about me getting a little trashed.
Oh, if you want to tell the story, you can. Let me pull up a clip from that because the clip from that is.
Oh, good.
No. It's nothing bad. But there is a clip from here. I think. Oh, let's see. I have it on my phone. I might have to airdrop it to mine real quick. But actually, I know what I could do. I'm gonna play a clip of Paul Stanley eating ice cream for y'all. Do you want to see that? I have that right here. Let me pull up the Bombadcast. Oh, we're breaking canon. Yeah, let me go put this dough up real quick, and y'all can enjoy Paul Stanley enjoying some ice cream. I didn't think it'd start repeating. Sorry about that. But yeah, the night that got a little dark for Chase. One to be remembered at least by one person.
Well, it all began with the raw steak at the Czar's Palace, and then we met Paul, and then we
I think it was Warrant's set. It was Warrant, wasn't it? It was Warrant that made us.
Maybe Kulik. I don't. Yeah.
No, it was Kulik, Paul, then Warrant, and that's whenever people were just buying. That our friend Mark was just like. He was vibing too. He was on that edge of being a little too drunk, but he never got too far into it. Unlike both of us.
Well, I was probably like 25 drinks in by then. He's getting us tequila shots. And Scott's encouraging him. He's like, "Thanks, man." And I knew I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that.
This is the night I got a little too far, and this is our friends from Ottawa. They were the best.
I have them on LA Guns.
Oh Lord, this is when it got bad. Is this?
I guess this duel. How all Tyson Leslie.
This green jelly.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's what he was with Slayer.
Oh, that's Raining Blood. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find. I have the clip on my phone, and this may be it right here. Actually, hold on. Is this when you entered? Oh no, this is green jelly.
These are all mine.
Green jelly's pretty bomb bad, by the way. This is your footage from green jelly.
I'm pretty sure Green Jelly has probably 25 members in their band. Maybe more than that. Name an instrument, they got it, and name an animal, and they are it.
They're covering it, and you can see right here they said, "I want you to circle around the man in the nice yellow shirt." And this poor security guard, this poor guy. They say white people have no culture.
It's probably the one brother on the ship.
Say it again.
Probably the one brother on the ship too.
That's right, the only black guy. Oh, dude, I felt bad for him. I don't know why they made it. Well, of course we joined. I mean, you can't.
Yeah,
you can't not join when that happens. This is from the Warrant show. Right here. Oh, so good.
That's throwback.
God, what a sick show. God, it was good. That was so sick. Let's see what else we got on here. We got some more videos. Oh, look, here's your one delight.
He had his ice cream, but I had my crepes.
Yeah, he had his crepes. And his crepes were disgusting, too.
Everything I eat is borderline disgusting.
God, that didn't even make you throw up that night. That was good. That was just
see me in the calf. Does she want to comment on
that? raw waffles. Oh, here's a photo. Here's a video from when Kiss smashed the guitar. When Paul smashed the guitar. Even inside of the little hall, they had like confetti and streamers and stuff. That part was pretty cool. Let's see what this was. Oh, is this the Sail Away show? Oh no, this is the Heart cover band. Heart to Heart, or Heart by Heart.
My Heart. That's the original bassist.
Yes. God, they were good too. Jeez. I'm gonna find that one video of Roach spewing, just so we can end on a high note here. Was there anything else you wanted to address from this event? Or anything else that you were thinking of?
I've been seeing all these new posts on the page in the last week, and it seems like people got back from week 2 and they were mad. I think we got the fun crowd. I don't think there was anyone on the cruise that was fighting or beefing with each other. I mean, there's a couple on the cruise that I found kind of ridiculous that I didn't want to. Actually, quick fun story, just because I really like the zinger of a comment. There was this boy who's probably 19 years old who was just way too drunk, and he was with who I presume to be his dad. And I think he was being loud, and the lady behind this, like before one of the panels, lady behind me wanted me to shut him up. So I like tapped him on the shoulder and said hi, and I think I said, "Where are you from?" And he said, "New Hampshire, U.S." And I said, "Wow, I've never heard of that." And he said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Antarctica." And he said, "Wow, you don't even have an accent."
It was such a weird moment because like his accent was not New Hampshire. He claimed to be from he's like, yeah, the Boston area.
I think his accent was speech impediment.
Yeah, I think it was because, and then he was with this older guy, and this older guy, it was just kind of odd. It was just kind of odd. There was something going on there. Some sugar daddy situation.
But something else I've been seeing on the page a lot. It seems like there were a bunch of fights on week 2. Like there's this lady who got her head smashed in, and I don't know if that was a domestic abuse thing or if it was from catching like an item off stage, because someone else had commented that Gene threw a bass into which you throw a $10,000 guitar into the crowd. Of course, there's
people are gonna go insane.
And someone got their head like sliced open.
That's the thing. It's like, especially when it comes to these trips and these experiences, like we were lucky because we were at half capacity. We had like 60%. We weren't even at the full 100% of people. And these are Kiss fans. I mean, honestly, we know that these are all Kiss fans, but like the ultra passionate fans are the ones that do not, miss. And like we happen to be the overflow lot. You know what I mean? And so we got first Kiss Cruise with what I would consider better bands for our liking, right? Hair metal bands we really
didn't have to suffer through Buckcherry and Black Label Society.
No, and like those aren't good. Those aren't bad bands, or they're not our type of bands. So we actually ended up doing pretty well. And I guess to wrap this thing up, I want to end on a really nice high note of Roach performing the Gene Simmons Fire Spinning at the Dueling Pianos when no one asked for it.
Nobody.
No one. And standing next to us is Bruce Kulick's temporary guitarist, our friend January, and also our other friend Lisa. And like at this point, Roach is like on the verge of going completely blacked out. Like this is like that
It's
fine
probably
line.
about the point of the time you hand to me that vodka pineapple that it all went down.
Yeah, and it was a fill to the top. And here it is right here. This is a amazing video.
KRUISE should come. I thought
dying.
You would not believe how many people were at the breakfast buffet the next morning, and they said, "Well, you were a big shot last night."
Look at this. Like that woman just walked by, and this is like, and you can see.
Meanwhile, Scott saying, "No, don't, do
not do it."
So when I do that at his wedding, don't be surprised.
Oh, it'll happen at the wedding, unfortunately.
By the way, that guy behind me, Chaz. By the way, there's also a member of Green Jelly behind me, and I'm pretty sure that might be Shannon Tweed behind him. But yeah, that guy behind us, Chaz, he's Bruce Kulick's bassist, or was for the weekend.
Yeah, look at.
And we shared an Uber with him back to LAX.
It's this shot that always makes me laugh. Because soon after, and I'll tell you all the story, I don't think you'll mind me telling him, but soon after we got back to the room and he's sitting in his chair, sitting upright. Can I say this story?
There was no chair.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were sitting on the bed upright and you looked at me and with the most serious eyes and you go, "I'm Tommy Lee." And I'm like, "What?" And you went, all over the runner, all over your lap. I was like, "No!" And I grabbed the garbage all over your shoes, your socks. I was like, "You can't do this." And it's just raw steak. It's just raw steak.
I don't chew my food, apparently.
But the best thing is once he was done getting it out of his stomach, and this is actually the best way to wrap on the show. What did you say? What did you shout? Do you remember?
I said, "Stay Bombad."
Oh, Roach, what a good
I gained
telling.
a little bit of consciousness right there at the end.
Yes, he was aware enough to realize who he was with, what he was doing, and oh my God, he had like Stay Bombad, and after that, literally, I got him showered up, and I've never seen him fall asleep faster. Roach is usually last one to fall asleep. He was done. What else?
But the next day, you told me, I said it was something that I thought was the most embarrassing thing ever. Apparently we're in the
Oh!
elevator. I'm gonna let
you weren't even in the elevator. We were standing at the dueling pianos, and this guy looked just like my cousin Troy, right? Just like him, sitting there dancing. He's hanging out. He's partying with. He's like, I played. Scotty doesn't know. I was one who made him play that because he saw us at the karaoke the night before. By the way, we killed it in karaoke. I might
that
actually
should
play
be a video you should take out for the end.
That is going to be the
play
ending
it through
video.
for everyone.
For everyone to see, we're going to close out on that. So Chase in his inebriated state goes up to this man. He's like, you are just like his cousin. And I thought it was going to end there. And he goes, you are just like his cousin, Troy Jaro. And I was like, what?
I threw in the last name.
What did you throw in the last name?
I'm bringing that one up at the bachelor party.
Oh, you look and sound just like his cousin, Troy Jaro. Oh, good God. Let me get that last clip pulled up of us. I need to airdrop it to myself and then pull it up on the screen. But
everyone knew us at the breakfast buffet after the karaoke performances.
We were very proud of our work. That's all I'll say. And there was a bunch of really good people that actually karaoke too. There were some rather impressive moments. But let me see. Let me get this airdrop to myself real quick, and we'll pull it up on here. Roach, any last words? Because we're going to end out on, so the whole world can be known of this one. Last thoughts on our experiences or anything like that?
We'll definitely have to go again. I feel like now we're involved. We're part of this community.
We're in the culture.
Army.
We're part of. Hopefully, they'll go back and watch this and be like, "Oh wow, we learned more about their journey." Because I feel like people on that cruise really enjoyed reliving some of these memories, and this is one of the few times where, like, we can reminisce all we want in the future, but I'm happy that we have this as kind of like a snapshot of. It was just 2 weeks ago, It's kind of like a snapshot of what happened, and it's funny enough. You missed a lot of work when we were there. I missed a lot of work whenever I was there, and like I came back with not that much problems on my desk, so it was exactly. It was some good synchronicity, I guess. Everything was timed right. Things were supposed to happen the way they were. But we're gonna play this clip. It just got airdropped. Just finished airdropping. Once we're done with this clip, I'm gonna have Roach say the famous last words to the Bombadcast, which he knows what they are. And we are then going to we're gonna let y'all enjoy our performance, which may get us copyrighted, which I'm completely fine with at this point. Of Shout It Out Loud.
If it's not good to get us copyrighted,
it probably is. So this is actually, I think this is like maybe a quarter of the way through our performance. Mark didn't get the full thing. I think he was ordering at the bar, then he turned around and he saw who was actually performing it. So we practiced this.
And the best part, we both fight over who gets to be Paul. I think exactly we're kids, so we fight over who gets to be Gene.
No, we want to be Paul now. Here we go. Check this out. An exclusive only. Look at him.
It was pajama night.
Oh, here comes the fire spit. Did you already do it or no?
Oh no, not yet.
Oh yeah, we did the.
Here we go.
I don't even see him do this. I'll do my best, Paul. great is like musicians are coming in at this point. Like Tracy Gunn,
It's Martin in the back. You forget that song's 8 minutes long.
That was amazing. Wow.
Go follow that.
Oh, yeah, that was a trip. I know it's funny. There was like when you do karaoke, like it's kind of like not that serious, but there's a showmanship that has to be performed, and we had to bring down the room. We're half a squirrel after all. We're half a squirrel. We have to bring down the room. Part of our job. So we both
did individual ones the first night.
We did. I did
brought us great shame at the breakfast table to follow.
What did you do? You did Heavens on Fire?
Yeah.
Did I do Lick It Up or no? I don't remember.
Did Detroit Rock City.
Detroit Rock City, man. I had
this is a classic of classics.
And I said, how many of you like Donkey Kong Country?
Yeah, you actually went through the writers of Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, David Wise. Yeah, this is one of my students. This is freaking Bombad, my boy. Thanks, Luke. It is pretty Bombad. That being said, Roach, Christian
you like Donkey
Idol.
Kong Country, Luke?
Look at this. We were set. Christian Idol, face down in the dirt. Anyway, oh good God. Roach, amazing Bombad experience on here. I'm glad you could join. Maybe you can join for more stuff. We'll have
to do a Lonely Street
Ooh,
good. Since Elvis is a hot topic right now.
Yeah, it is really, right? By the way, if you want to see a good video, go to our old YouTube page, Abracadabra Films, where Chase recorded a really great I guess interaction between Gene and not Gene, sorry, Paul and Tracy Gunn. Sorry, my brain went blank. But
let's see how many views we're up to on that bad boy. That's got a lot. It's probably our biggest hit video, honestly.
Yeah, it really is actually. 5,000, 5.3. Jeez, that's pretty good. Yeah, that was a great little clip. So for those that want to go look at some old content of ours, you can check it out there. But that being said, y'all, Roach, what should the wonderful people do? Come on now, give us a good Stay Bombad.
Stay Bombad. Oh yeah.
Again, thank you everyone. Shout out to the next band performing, the Pizza Time Players, with James Taylor's hit song Mexico. Stay Bombad, everyone.
Wow! After that fiesta, I could use a siesta.
You mean a cat nap?
More like a rat nap, muzzle mouth.
Then relax, Chucky. Mexico has lots of warm, sunny beaches where your cares can just drift away.
Way down here, you need a reason to move. Feel a fool, running your stateside games. Lose your low, leave your mind behind. Glad you came.
Oh, Mexico. It sounds so simple, I just gotta go. It sounds so hot, I forgot to go. Yes, I'd have to go now. Americano got the sleepy eye, but his body's still shaking like a live wire. Sleepy señorita with the eyes on fire. Oh, Mexico. It sounds so sweet with the sun sinking low. The moon so bright like to light up the night. Make everything alright. Oh, Mexico. Never really been, but I'd sure like to go. Oh, Mexico. Guess I'll have to go now. Talking about Mexico, in a honky-tonk town down in Mexico.
Oh, Mexico.
I guess I